Hello friends. Welcome back to Wonderfully Made Bible Stories for Children. I'm so glad you're here. Last time, we saw how Elisha began to follow Elijah. Elisha left his work behind and went with him, ready to serve the Lord. Now the time has come for something surprising. Elijah's journey is coming to an end. But God's work is not ending. Today, we'll see what happens when Elijah and Elisha walk together one last time, and how God shows his power in a way no one expected. Are you ready? Let's jump in. Elijah and Elisha traveled together from place to place. First to Bethel, then to Jericho, and finally toward the Jordan River. At each place, Elijah told Elisha to remain behind. But Elisha would not leave him. Even when groups of prophets came to Elisha and told him that the Lord was going to take Elijah away that day, he stayed with Elijah every step of the way. When they reached the river, Elijah took his cloak and rolled it up. He struck the water with it. The water parted. A path opened through the river, and the two of them walked across on dry ground. God was with them. After they crossed, Elijah spoke to Elisha. He asked what Elisha wanted before he was taken away. Elisha asked for a double portion of Elijah's spirit. In those days, a double portion was what a firstborn son would receive. It was more than the other sons received. He asked for this so that he could carry on what came next. Elisha was not asking to be greater than Elijah. He was asking to continue the work God had been doing through Elijah. Elijah told him that this would happen if Elisha saw him being taken away. So they kept walking together. As they walked and talked, something incredible happened. A chariot of fire and horses of fire appeared and separated the two of them. Elijah was taken up by a whirlwind into heaven. Elisha saw it. He cried out as Elijah was taken from him. Then Elijah was gone. Elisha picked up Elijah's cloak, which had fallen. He returned to the Jordan River. He struck the water, just as Elijah had done. And the water parted again. Elisha crossed over. The prophets who were watching saw this and understood. This meant that the same work God had done through Elijah, he was now continuing through Elisha. God's power had not ended. God's work was still going on. Let's think about this story together. Elijah was taken away, but God's work continued. What does this teach us about God? Elisha asked for strength to continue God's work. What kinds of things can we ask God to help us do? Even when things change, what stays the same about God? God's servants may come and go, but God does not change. And his work continues, just as he has planned. Thanks for joining me today. Next time on Wonderfully Made, we'll see the very first miracles that happened through Elisha. A river will be made clean. A need will be met in an unexpected way. And we'll begin to see how God works through his servant in new ways. Until then, remember, you are wonderfully made. Bye for now.